Hello, everybody. Back here again for a random rant. And today's random rant is going to be about crazy, insane people driving vehicles and being loud on the road, same as we are. And it's absolutely just ridiculousness. So, today I went basically over and had to go walk a dog, which I went and got that done. I was coming back from walking the dog, and I had been given an address for a house to go look at that was going to be going on the market, or was in the market. I'm not sure if it was on the market yet or not. Drove down by it. As I drove down the road, looked at stuff, saw that somebody else had another house up the street that was for sale by owner, so I did a U-turn there. The house looks like the yard, it's not a great yard, and then for the money, it's fairly small amount, but it's still $250,000, which is, I'm like, for $250,000, I need better than that, I can just stay here and I'm happy here and I don't need to move for the $250,000. Now, the one thing is, this place here will rent out for more than what that place mortgage will cost, so it's like having a free house, but almost the point of, I'll just buy that house then and rent it out and stay here because that house is no better than my house. So, but turned around, headed back up, saw another house that we looked at months ago, probably almost a year ago, at a yard sale, and they were talking moving and stuff and whatnot, and it looks like it's still for sale. I think it's finally pending, but it's, as I drove back by it, saw their house is for sale by owner, stopped, took a picture of the sign just because of the fact that it's easier to take the picture and try and write things down and make notes and blah blah. So I grabbed a picture of it real quick and then headed up. So I got to 26, which is one of our main side roads here to go north and south, east and west. So, and I basically start heading east on 26, roll up to a stop sign, four-way stop. There's a electric powered bicycle coming up. I'm on the motorcycle also, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that in the story yet. And then to my left, coming from the north heading south, is a short bed, standard cab, old Chevy, 2000, to where stuff, whatever, faded ass paint, whatever stuff, can rolling up. And he rolls up there and he actually gets to the stop sign before I do, which means at that point he has the right of way. He also has on a left turn signal. I'm in no hurry at all for anything, so I just came from the house thing. I was like, no big deal. I actually just checked my phone real quick as I was rolling up to the stop sign. I was basically changing podcast over, so I was all good. Saw the bike ahead of him and stuff, and I was like, oh, this guy is probably going to, I assumed the truck was going to, try and shoot. The way he come up past the stop sign real fast in a hurry, slammed on his brakes, I thought he was going to cut out in front of the bike. And he didn't. He let the bike go. And the guy riding the bike, I don't know what was up with him. He was kind of a weirdo. Instead of pedaling his bike, he starts kicking off his feet like he's on a push cart type thing, like one of those Strider bikes little kids have. And I don't know if maybe the batteries didn't, electric bikes, did not take off fast. It's just barely going and stuff, which then adds that little bit of oh great, now it's that weird time where technically, because he's taking so long, I could have went ahead and went, because at that point I'm not stopping the truck at all. But I'm like, I already kind of made the decision. I saw the guy had a turn signal on, going left. I'm only going a little bit farther up here before I have to turn south, and it feels like a dick move to pull out in front of this guy, to go a few blocks and then have to slow down to make my turn to the right, where he could just went ahead of me, whatever he wants to go. So I'm like, no big deal. So I sat there and I'm kind of watching the bike, and I was looking to see what kind of electric motor was on it and stuff, if it was a factory made or if it was homemade. Kind of like it had a little bit of a homemade feel to it, but had some parts on it and stuff. So I'm just kind of staring at the bike, blah blah, no big deal. Didn't have my sunglasses on because I went to go walk the dog and it was overcast. So I walked out. I thought it was later than it was. And so I didn't take them. Well, now it's bright as hell. So it's not like I'm hiding behind my glasses and stuff. I can look and see where I think that's not. Just fine, look at the bike. And as I look up, the guy in the truck is literally just flipping me off. And I look at him and I'm like, what the fuck? So I kind of gave my shoulders a shrug, like, what the hell? And he's flipping me off and he points, like, you go that way. You go that way. And I'm like, what the hell? The guy, you can tell, the guy's like, he's just screaming shit at me and flipping me off. And I'm like, I didn't do shit to this guy. I don't know, maybe I kicked his dog years ago. I don't know. I have no idea what's up with this damn maniac. And I'm just like, no, man, I'm good. I'm just like, I just kind of wave the guy. I'm like, have fun, man. Go ahead. You're literally turning ahead of me here at this point. I'm not letting you behind me. I'm on a motorcycle. You're in a truck. Mine weighs a few hundred pounds. Yours weighs thousands of pounds. Yours can kill me a lot easier when I'm on mine. And when you're behind me, it's a lot harder to avoid crazy people. So I'm just saying, like, no, dude, I'm good, man. You go ahead and go. And the guy flips me off again and points with his finger, like, you go, and which makes me laugh. I think I've actually done a video on here before. If not, I've told a lot of people, when you get at the intersection, you're like, oh, no, please, you go. No, please, you go. No, I found just you point at them and then point the way you want them to go. Like, just go. Because you can't see. You're in cars and shit. And it's amazing when somebody gets pointed at and then gets told to go, they usually go. But when I start off with this and then you point at me and tell me to go, I'm like, you're crazy. And I'm not going to die on a hill way over there. I'll die on this hill right here if that's what it comes down to. So I'm sitting here looking at this guy like, what are you, out of your goddamn mind? So I'm like, okay, whatever, blah, blah. And the guy, like, I'm just like, I'll sit here. I'll shut the bike off. Like, I'll play on my phone. Like, I'll send an email. Like, I'm not going in front of this guy. I'm going to sit right here. And the guy literally, this was matter of moments. Like, we're not sitting here for hours and stuff. It's a few seconds goes by. And this guy's like losing my screaming stuff, flipping me off stool and pointing me to go. And then he turns, basically yanks the wheel towards my truck and punches it, or not towards his truck, towards my motorcycle, and punches it. So now the truck lunges forward about 5 feet or so and towards my motorcycle. So immediately, hands in the clutch, bike's in gear, and I'm ready to, throttle up, dump the clutch, and try and get the hell out of here, at least if I have to. This guy keeps coming at me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he slams on his brakes, comes to a stop, and he's flipping me off and waving me to go, and I'm just like, not moving, man. Because now at this point, I feel like he's just egging me on, like he's some kind of maniac who wants to run me over. So I'm going to then go, and then he's going to run me over in the intersection. So I'm going to stay right in my spot. Like, there's no reason he should ever be. I'm in the middle, right-ish hand, middle side of my lane, behind the white line of the stop sign. There is no reason why this man, if he runs me over here and kills me, if they find him, he's going to go to jail. Clearly, he should not have been here. Now, if I try and go forward because this guy's telling me to go, he can say, well, I told him to go, he told me to go, and if I'm dead, he can make up a damn story he wants to. So I'm just sitting here like, what the hell? And I'm just looking at this guy. I haven't smiled, I haven't done shit. Now my hand's in the clutch. I can't even make hand gesture. I can't even wave the guy like, nope, you go ahead, nothing. I'm just sitting here stuff. Again, only thing I'd done when I saw the guy flip me off go nuts, I punched the pause button on my headphones, on my kind of open ear headphones from Aftershocks, and they're badass as hell. I can hear everything around me and stuff, and also hear podcasts. I'd hit pause. I wanted to hear everything. I wanted to know if this guy's going whatever. So then he lunges the truck at me again, about another 6 feet. So now he's about 2/3 the way into my lane, and he's in your stuff, and he literally lunges the truck and turns the wheel towards me and slams on his brake, and he's still pointing at me, and he's all this kind of stuff, and he's like losing his damn mind. I'm just sitting here. I haven't cracked a smile. I haven't done shit. I'm just deadpan, staring at this motherfucker like, what are you going to do now? So, and then the guy's sitting here stuff, and he comes whipping up, and he had a left turn signal on. When I pulled up the stop sign, he was already there first. He got there before I did. He had left turn signal on. Now he's going right after he's already lunged at my truck, or my bike with his truck twice. He's rolling at my motorcycle. And at this point, an old, beautiful vintage Biscayne comes rolling up down the road from the west, same realm on 26. He rolls up, and he goes, stops, and the guy's pulls up next to me then. And again, I don't know if this guy's going to try and clip my bike. I don't know if this guy's going to try and lunge. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to try and jump out of the truck and stab me. I have no idea. He might pull out a gun and start shooting at me. The only thing I have going for me right now, the only chance I have of defense, is the fact that I have the bike in gear, clutch on, and I can throttle up, and I can at least try and avoid the situation at a point. Now he's at least facing mostly at me in the opposite direction of where I'm going. So I'd be able to at least make a break for it if that needs to happen. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, let's see what happens here. So the guy rolls in the window, so he pulls up next to me and stuff, stops, and at this point now I'm safe, because he can't, unless he throws his truck in reverse and then yanks the wheel and has the front end maybe clip me. I'm pretty safe right now. Unless he has a gun, this guy cannot really do me any harm at this point. So by the time he gets the truck turned around, I've already got up into a driveway. I've got somewhere else. I've gotten 3 blocks away. It's outrunning the guy on the bike, whatever has to happen here. Because I'm always thinking whatever the hell could happen with crazy people. You never damn know. So this moron rolls me down, and I said, he goes, why didn't you go? And I'm like, dude, what seems to be the problem here? Like, you pulled up the stop sign before I did. I pulled up afterwards, which gives you the right of way. I told you to go. You had turn signal and turn on left. He goes, oh, what the hell? I said, then you lunge your truck at me like you're going to hit me. And the guy goes, oh, I love motorcycles. I would never run over your motorcycle. And I go, so if I was standing here on foot, you would have happily run me over? Like, I don't know what your problem is. I look over at you, and the first thing you're doing is you're flipping me off and screaming at me. I'm not letting a maniac behind me at any fucking time here. And I goes, oh, but I just do it. If I point, you go. And I'm like, nope, not how it works, man. Like, no, never gonna have my. I said, now you're going the opposite direction of where you wanted to go. I said, I assume you're having a mental breakdown. Can I get you some assistance? And the guy goes, fuck you, and spins off. And by spins off, because he's driving an old shitty Chevy that apparently don't have much power, goes, and then took off as fast as it could go. And I was like, ooh, that was not even impressive at all here at this point. Especially you're cranked, you hadn't had to bite, the truck was unloaded on that inside wheel as you cranked that corner. So that front inside wheel, or the rear inside wheel, should have definitely spun better than that. That was sad. But the Biscayne was saying stuff, because he's now like, that truck's blocking his way of going. And the guy rolls to me and stuff, and he goes, hey, all right? I said, I don't know, man. The guy's just having a mental issue. He goes, I saw him lunge his truck at you like twice, and you just sat there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not letting a maniac behind me. And he goes, I didn't think of it that way. And the guy drove on down the road, and I came home, and I'm like, whatever. But my thought is, I try to be as human as I can to people that are being unhuman to me. This happened to me a long time ago. There was a maniac and a ranger that I actually got out. I thought the guy was going to fight me. I was like, what the hell is that? I said, bro, you need a hug, man? Like, come here, give me a hug. Like, and the guy's like, I'm going to kill you. And I'm like, come give me a hug. You know you want a hug. This motherfucker, I wasn't giving a hug to because, one, I just didn't feel like it. What the hell? But had he got a truck, I would have offered him a hug. I'm not offering a guy a hug through a window of a truck. That's weird. But this dude was just unstable as shit, and I could have started screaming, I could have yelled at the guy, I could have kicked his door, I could have done all kinds of things. But I don't know what he has. I don't know. The guy just found out he has cancer. I don't know. They just found out he's lost his job. Found out his wife's been screwing his boss. I don't know none of this shit. Just found out he had his first chance at a threesome and he couldn't get his dick up. So now he's all pissed off. He's a failure as a man. His wife left him, so he can't. I don't know nothing of this guy's life. This guy could be dealing with some real trauma ass shit that's trauma on him. I don't know what he's carrying around in his basket. I don't want to put nothing else in his basket. But here's the thing. I'm not willing to risk my basket to help make you happy, man. You're crazy as shit. When I look over you, the first contact I have with you, as we're sitting in an intersection, we don't know each other. I don't know you. You don't know me. You're flipping me off, and you're telling me to plot in front of you? Fuck you. No, ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna die on my terms as best as I possibly can. I'm never gonna let a maniac behind me at any time that I then release myself and the ability to defend myself from the back. I don't ever give up my six. I'll definitely face my problems head on. 100% of the time, I will face my problems head on over taking the chance of being ambushed from the back. Whether it be in the car, whether it be in my life, whether it be anything I struggle with, whether it be in my relationships, I'm going to come at this straight head on. I'm going to do this straight forward, and I'm going to handle my damn business. And again, it might not always be the right way, and often is not the right way. But I have to say, overall, I've got pretty good results of my actions in this whole thing, and this could have escalated very quickly. And the worst part is the fact that I was like, damn, I wish I had like a helmet on or something, because helmet would help if I get knocked off stuff, more likely not to end up with injuries. But I also could have headbutted somebody if some shit went down and stuff, whatnot. But I would have had like my GoPro on my helmet, so everybody else could have seen this. Because by the time I actually thought, grab my phone and start filming this, I thought it's gonna make the male version of the new version of Karen, the Keith or what the hell it is, this maniac lunatic that's gonna see me start filming this, gonna freak out much more. But mostly I could not film because I needed my hand on my clutch, I needed my right hand on my throttle, so in case I had to take off and try to avoid getting run over in any way, shape, or form, I wanted to be able to have that ability to do that right now. I can't drop my phone, grab my clutch, put it in gear, and go. I got to have that extra 1 second, half second, whatever it is, to make this shit happen. And I thought, man, this could go badly. Like, this could really go badly. My heart rate, I'm sure, was up. My adrenaline was pumping. I got a bunch of shit going on in my life right now, man. I'm not feeling the best. I got some health issues right now. It's kind of kicking my ass. I got some stress in my life. I got some shit. And I'm like, there's part of me like, dude, hop out your dumb ass out of that truck and let me work out some of these anxieties and some of the stress on you, man. I'd love to just start wailing the shit out of you and see if that helps relieve some of the stress. But I also thought, we could end up dead. He could end up dead. I could end up in jail over some bullshit, over some guy who decides he wants to flip me off at a stop sign for no reason. I don't know shit about this. No, I good, man. I just drove on the road, didn't speed, didn't spin out, didn't do a little burnout, didn't do nothing. Just drove on the road, talked to the Biscayne. Hey, we had a great time. Went down home, put the bike away. And then ironically, moments later, probably within 6 minutes after that happened, I get a text from my wife that says, "Are you okay?" I was like, well, that's not news I text, because that's not a text I get very often. Like, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, did this maniac call the cops? Like, she had a scanner. I don't know what the hell. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, gave the description of the bike. I don't know. I'm like, I think so. Like, why? What happened? Like, did I have some kind of weird out-of-body experience where this dude actually did run me over, and this is all, like, they found my body and they call. I'm like, what the fuck happened here? And I'm like, what? She goes, oh, I sent you some pictures and you didn't respond to them and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, shit, I was working. I was walking the dog and stuff. I thought they were just pictures that you sent me and I didn't need to respond, kind of thing. So then I basically told her, I'm like, oh, there was some maniac at the damn, stop sign. That's what I thought was so weird that you're asking me, okay, literally, 6 minutes after I was, damn near run over by some maniac in a truck, intentionally. That's the part I love. It's one thing if somebody comes on the corner, they swing wide, they not paying attention to stuff, and they almost kill you on a motorcycle. It happens almost every day. I mean, it happens every day in the world, 1,000 times a day across the country, but it happens to me almost every day. Somebody pulls out, somebody does something stupid. I'm watching everybody else all the time. But when somebody lunges and uses their truck as a weapon to threaten my life, it took a lot for me not to just snap out of there and lose some dumb shit and kind of get a little bit of a problem. But also the guy's like, man, I love motorcycles. I love your bike. I wouldn't hit a bike. And I'm like, why the fuck are you threatening me? I'm just like, I felt like it's that weird dude that's like telling his wife, no, baby, I wouldn't cheat. I know I went to the bar and I bought that one bunch of drinks and I bought a hotel room and I told her I was going to take her to Bahamas and stuff. But baby, I would never do. I was just, I love you. So I'm like, why the hell? Why would you use your truck to threaten me? And why would you make this attempt on my life? And all this shit, be like, oh no, I would never do that. Well, your actions speak different words than what your words speak. So, but hey, man, be out there, be safe. If you're that crazy son of a bitch on the road with that short of a temper, please, man, go see a therapist, get some counseling, get some shit out there. If you're the guy out there who reacts when somebody else reacts poorly and acts like an idiot, you blow the hell up, go get some counseling, man. Go get some, just chill out. There's nothing going to benefit from this. Like, what? We're going to start punching each other? Nothing good's going to come from it. One of us is going to fall, hit her head, then one goes to jail for freaking involuntary manslaughter, man. Like, there's some bullshit out here in this world. Just settle down. Nobody's out to get you. I didn't, like, that... Even this moron, like, whatever made him mad, I wasn't trying to piss him off. I pulled into a stop sign and avoid my own damn life at all. So there's mental issues there. But just live your life, man. Live your best life. And if you can't do that, if you're in jail and if you hurt somebody, it's not worth it, man. Stay calm, stay patient, and not only learn to love yourself, which is the hardest thing we can do, love others. And even those that do not deserve love, find a way to love them as well. And I wish no ill will upon this man. I wouldn't mind if he maybe, shard his pants or something. I'd have a good laugh at that. I'm such an idiot. But I don't want any real ill will on this man because I don't know. I know he's got some demons in his life right now. I guarantee it. He doesn't even know what they are probably. And I cannot wish ill upon, few. I don't know. There's a few I have no problem at all. I will even help give ill will upon some. But for the most part, unless you've done me wrong personally or done somebody I know wrong, I don't give a damn about you enough to care to wish ill will upon you, because that means I had to think about you long enough to actually think of a way to get revenge upon you. And I don't spend that much time thinking, man, I'm too damn busy spending time living my own life and taking care of these dogs and loving my wife and taking care of what needs to be done to keep our stuff going forward. So anyway, it's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys hopefully not that soon with these random rants, because they mean usually something pissed me off in my life, and I really tried to avoid making these. So anyway, have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.